Alright, this is my last video for the week. So, how much does cancer cost? My story is a little different from many other people's, but I of course have nodular sclerosis Hodgkin's stage 4, and I have had it for at least 8 years. Anyhow, I have approximations of how much it costs, knowing that I haven't entirely been diligent in keeping track of every expense that has certainly been incurred, and then again it's kind of difficult to know everything that it was caused by it, but this is what I've got as nearly as I can tell. So before 2014, which right now it's January of 2016, so before 2014 I spent $19,566.01. Now those costs could have been higher because two of the places that I received medical service, one of them was a health clinic that kind of serviced the disadvantaged, which at the time I was in I didn't have a lot of money because I was going to school, and then the other was a student health clinic. So yeah, nearly $20,000 before 2014. And then in 2015, before I got my diagnosis, so just this past year before diagnosis, $3,099.04. That's without insurance. Now I have insurance, so these expenses that I'm now talking about are what it would have been without insurance, and of course I spent my max out of pocket. Yeah. So before diagnosis last year, $3,099.04. The surgical diagnosis, which you can see this lovely scar right there, right over the jugular. And of course there's one further down. Let's see. I think it's right about there. Yeah, that's it. That one, had the doctor been able to take it out and found the Hodgkin's, this all would have happened a lot faster. But so this surgery up here, that told them that I had Hodgkin's, so that diagnosis, $21,162.92 without insurance. And then for the 6 months of ABVD treatment, chemotherapy for Hodgkin's, 6 months, and that is of course an approximation because I haven't yet received all my bills, so I approximated off my former bills how much it would be. The treatment, $121,000, 121,000, oh my gosh, I can't read numbers, that's how bad it is. $121,941.60. So grand total, if I did not have insurance, as near as I can figure it, would have been $165,759.57. Now that cost of course doesn't include over-the-counter medications, and it doesn't include all those activities that I missed, like work and you know, just the costs of not being able to do things I enjoy as well, hobbies, and being able to pursue an advanced education beyond my my degree. And I had to quit a job, and at the time I thought it was just the tiredness and I couldn't handle that much stress. And and driving and everything, and looking back, I now know that if I hadn't been sick, maybe I wouldn't have had to quit. And yeah, so it's expensive. Cancer is financially expensive, not just to have the medical expenses, but everything else. So the moral of the story is, if there is one, is have insurance if you're here in the US, because yeah, I don't know how anyone would be able to make it without it. I'd be paying for this pretty much for a very, very, very long time. Yeah. Fortunately, I have insurance, and yet I've still been paying for cancer for the last 8 years, and yeah, and who knows how much longer this will go on with the increased medical costs and whatnot. Anyhow, that's my little spiel about the cost of cancer. And you guys can, of course, check out my other videos on YouTube if you want. I tried to pretty much give a rough overview of chemotherapy and my experience with stage 4 Hodgkin's. And someday I'm going to get around to doing a short video about my diagnosis history, because it's just fascinating to me and every doctor that I have run across. Yeah. It's funny when they look at the paper and they say, or the papers with the exams and whatnot, and say, I don't know what this is, but something's wrong. Yeah. But it's for another day. Anyhow, I hope y'all are having a good year, and I'm planning on going back to work, and tomorrow I get to go in and get an exam, and then on the next day I get the results to see whether or not I'm in remission. So wish me luck.